Is this working? I sure hope so. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to On the Floor with Lilia. I'm your host, Lilia. And here I am to tell you, it's time to start being angry. It's time to start being a bitch. It's time to start being the biggest freaking cunt. I don't like to have to say those words every so often, but it really is. It's, like I said, it's time to start being so freaking mean. It is time to start acting and owning like you're that girl, you're that guy. But hopefully, I'm not here to appease men. I don't hate y'all. Anyway, so some of you might know, the other day I got into, not even the other day, it was more like a good month now. I had gotten into a little fender bender, I guess. I don't really know what a fender bender is, and I've never bothered to look it up. I've always just assumed that it was a rear end collision. Because do I know? Is that a thing on the car? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't pay attention to cars. Like, this whole thing on why it's happened to me, I'm just wondering, and it's probably one of the biggest lessons because I am just so not the car person. Like, it's not even technically my car, and I really don't want to have to own a car. I hear like all this stuff with all these cars drives me insane. It's like you have to pay so much for it a month. For what? And honestly, how do people even get that kind of money to be able to do that a month? That sounds crazy. So I would love to be able to get my own car if I'm either leasing it, which I know isn't everybody's favorite, or being able to have the perfect amount of money to pay it up front completely. With this all being said, I've been having to be very rude and out of character a little bit to these insurance companies, these little insurance claims representatives, because they are just playing with me. They're being rude to me first, okay? To be honest, they're being a little mean to me first. And I will find you. And I will get you. And I will make your life a living hell. Anyway, there were so many ways that I wanted to start this video. Like, I had it all perfectly in my head, and then I just, it stopped. But aside from all this, the other day, I was watching the Megan Thee Stallion documentary on Amazon Prime. At this point, all I need to know from you, do you agree with Megan or Tory? That's all I need to know. Who do you believe more? I love Megan Thee Stallion. I do. I love Megan Thee Stallion. I've liked her since right between that first come up of 2018, I think it was. 2018, 2019. I wouldn't say that I've known her way back then. No, I would never. But I have enjoyed her music for a very long time, and I've been able to see her progression and everything, and just the amount of stuff that this girl has gone through, all before 30 years old, is insane. She's also somebody who very much deserves and could be mean to everybody in the world. I would. I mean, I wouldn't, because that's not what Megan preaches, but she should. She very well could. I look at her, honestly, as a role model. I'm being so serious. When I was watching that documentary, I was crying my eyes out because I don't know, whether you really enjoy her, you don't like her, you have an indifferent opinion about her, I really think that everybody should check out her documentary. I think it was very well made. I just think it gave a glimpse into the other side of things that we don't really ever get to see. And I love music documentaries like that, I love to be able to get the inside scoop on anything. This is also the portion where you can do as I say, not as I do, because another reason why this whole topic came up for me was every so often I hit my weed vape, to clarify, because there is a difference these days. That has been my new preferred choice, right? I used to smoke all the time. Really, I was the biggest stoner ever. It was kind of I don't know, it was just a little thing for me at the time, but everybody knew me. Everybody knew me as somebody who smoked, and I was hi 24/7. But I wouldn't say that I was a true, I don't know, whatever. The other day, I got a little too high again. And I was sitting there to myself, and I was like, you're fine, everything's okay, you're perfect, you're good, you're this, you're that, about just hyping myself up completely, being you are fantastic, everything always works out for me, you are great, you are beautiful, literally, you are perfect. And actually, while I'm talking this all out and understanding where it's coming from, I really think half the reason why there's that negative stigma against saying that I'm so perfect for me is because my dad genuinely used to be no, you're not. And I'm yes, I am. Yes, the sun revolves around me. The sun shines for me. I am perfect. And he was trying to be no, you're not. No. And while there is some helpfulness to that, there really isn't, because we all deserve to think that we're perfect. But at the end of the day, too, obviously we all are human. We're not. We are flawed. But when you sit there and you tell yourself, like, I am perfect, I am beautiful, I am this, I am that, it just starts to make you feel so much better and level you up. Because some of us genuinely do need to get back on our high horses and start believing that we are perfect. I think I saw this from maybe like a tarot on my TikTok or something the other day. I saw this and it was somebody saying, like, oh, you used to believe that crystals like hold magic and stuff, and you used to believe that everything you say like can come true and like blah blah blah. And they were talking about how that was around the 2020 time frame, right? And I genuinely, like, I remember that time frame of my life as well too. Like, I used to be, I don't know how to really describe it. It's like I was so much more spiritually awakened when I wasn't as aware, if that makes sense. You know, like, I was aware of some things, but there was still like an air of like delusion. Like, I don't know or like understand as much within the world now as I did back then. But I definitely believed that anything was possible a lot more. So yeah, so we gotta just like get back into that. We gotta get back on it. We gotta start admitting and believing that like we are the biggest bitches in the world, and we are the baddest bitches in the world, and we are the hottest bitches in the world, and we can have everything that we want. And if you literally cross with me, you're gonna pay for it. You will see that. You will see that I'm not somebody that you want to mess with, because if I don't personally get you, something's gonna get you. So that's why, if you're seeing this, you need to remember, you need to believe that for yourself too. And if you're seeing this on purpose, if you're seeing this and you believe it, and you believe in me, which means you also believe in yourself, okay? Because I'm whatever. I should just leave it out. I should leave you out of my drama, leave you out of my problems. I only get to let you have a couple pieces of it. Only 13 minutes. That's not bad though. You know, if I look at it more from a standpoint of more quality, fun videos as opposed to long, standardized, prepped a certain way videos that sometimes they get me there and then other times they really don't. I just need to have more fun and let loose with it, because that's the kind of bitch I am. That's me. I'm not a planner. I can try, but I'm very much more, let's take it. I don't know. There's half of me who's like, let's take it one step at a time. Because in my world and how I think in my brain, I think I'm very go with the flow. But then you meet everybody else of my surrounding circle and people who know me, and they're like, oh no, she needs a plan. She needs to know what's going on at all times. So there's a mix of both, right? This was fun though. This was nice. I really enjoyed just like letting it all out, having fun with it, enjoying it. I really hope the mic picked up a lot of this audio and that it seems really good. I'm really loving the way that it's set up right now. I'm probably going to not enjoy it as much when I'm sitting there close up like this editing it, because I'm going to be sitting there looking at all my flaws. Just kidding, I don't have any. But that's what I need. It's like we need to just start going back into that energy. Like, I need you to, after this video is done and we get up on out of here, become the biggest freaking bitch. Like, I don't care. Like, you need to start being so mean, because so many people give their attitude onto you every single day. So it's like, no, we're gonna have some attitude back. We're gonna play these things back. Let me tell you, if these people have not emailed me back, these car insurance people, oh my god, I'm calling them up the wazoo. I've been calling everybody every single day. Because you want to know what happened? What kind of insurance doesn't even tell me that my car's totaled? Like, doesn't that kind of suck? Like, that is genuinely, objectively a very crappy thing to have happened to someone. I get there's worse things in the world, but it's like, oh my god, the fact that nobody told me that my car was totaled the whole time, the only reason I found out was because I called the auto body shop just so I could have an update. And be like, hey, are we going to order tires for our car or not? Because I know there was talks, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, you don't know? I'm like, girl, no, what? She said, your car is totaled. Just kidding. That's not exactly how. It was very more respectful, like whatever. But essentially, that's pretty much how it went down. Like, oh, you should probably call somebody because your car's totaled. Sorry. Whatever, though. It's all going to work out how it needs to. Everything always works out for me. I'm doing that little Portuguese goodbye where you're just like, okay, see you later. Oh, but what are you doing later? Oh, no, wait, cool. I just got a very long text message. I think somebody texted me. I'm scared to read it. Because that's another thing, too. If you're going to start being bitchy and you're going to start being very in this energy of, like, not letting anybody play with you anymore, you have to fully own it. You can't get scared. Because that is what happens to me a little bit sometimes. I start to get scared. I start to be like, oh God, was that a little bit too mean? Or like, oh no, what are they gonna say next? Or like, I'm like, I'm so scared to like see their other side, because like you can play in your mind how you think the conversation is going to go a million times, and you can hope that it ends up being in your favor and it goes, down to the script how you're imagining it in your head. But that's not always how it works out. So yeah, you gotta own it. We gotta see it through. We gotta own it completely and be like, listen, sorry I had to get a little mean with you earlier, but it looks like I got what I wanted in the end anyway. So, whatever. Like I said, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I loved this video. I think this video was very fun. If you liked it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any future videos, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.